When the movie first came out, I remember many people not liking it, so it got a lackluster reception. But there are a few interesting things that can be said about it, and all of the interesting things are built around one core thing. This is a Hollywood version of a Hong Kong kung fu movie. I don't mean a retread or a reimagining. I mean that in style, pacing, acting, fighting, scripting, everything, this is a Hong Kong movie made by the Hollywood of the early 2000s. And it's kind of endearing. It has many of the mystical elements that can be found in old kung fu movies. They even have clips of old kung fu movies make its way into the story. Even the motions during the fight scenes are like old kung fu movies. There's even a few moments in the movie where it starts to look almost exactly like a John Woo movie, specifically 1992's Hard Boiled. Unsurprisingly, John Woo was a producer in this movie. On top of that, there's Chow Yun-fat, who really hams it up as the traditional kung fu master character.
You should be asking yourself who you are.
After that, everything's pretty generic. Kung Fu Master comes to New York, protecting an ancient power, and meets an unassuming person who becomes the new protector of that power. During that, there is a love story of the bad girl who becomes good. The fight scenes are well done, with Chow given enough space to actually show off his fighting prowess. Even Sean William Scott and Jamie King as the heroes, and Victoria Smurfit as the sidekick villain, get to show off some skills in the choreography. It shows that, with some practice, any actor can look decent in a fight scene. On the topic of villains, Carl Roden really gets to ham it up with Chow as what can only really be described as a super Nazi. He's practically cartoonishly evil. It's fun to watch.
But that will only protect you for so long.
After that, there really isn't that much to say. The story is generic, some of the characters are generic, while others know they're in an old-style kung fu movie, so ham it up, so at least some of them are fun to watch. And the fight scenes are well shot and choreographed, there's just nothing special or memorable in them. I would say the movie is okay. Not good in any regard, just okay. Being Paul Huntz's first and seemingly only feature film, it's at least competent. It felt like the type of movie that's made between blockbusters. Not anyone's grade A material, but it's still something good to keep the skills ticking over until the next blockbuster. It's just fine. An okay movie that's an affectionate note to the Hong Kong kung fu movies made in the early 2000s. It's an okay movie that's an affectionate note to Hong Kong kung fu movies dated to the early 2000s.
Your preparation is complete.